Welcome back to Ferocious Education. This is Ed. Today, we're going to be talking once more about metamaterials, known as the ticker currently MMAT. I previously talked about this stock before, so you'll find my previous video in the description below, but today I'm going to be bringing new pieces of due diligence, technical analysis, and what I think about this one. So without further ado, let's jump right into this one. So metamaterials. Now, there's been a massive news today that a lot of people seem to have brushed off with only around 4% jump really on the max. And so for today, this news really goes back towards their acquisition of a company called Nanotech Security Core, also trading as NTS or NTSFF on OTCQX. And it's a leader in development of secure and visually memorable nano-optic security feature that provides anti-counterfeiting solutions used in government and banknote and brain protection markets. In all cash transaction at $1.25 Canadian dollars per Nanotech common share, a total approximation value of around $90.8 million Canadian. If you were to look into NS or NTSFF, which is traded on the OTC part, they're currently trading around 94 cents, previously around 60 cents. So it's almost roughly around 100% jump or 100% premium of their current value or the previous trading value of the stock. So the addition of Nanotech's highly experienced manufacturing group is its nanophonetics R&D research and development team, and its well-established origination and conversion capabilities is expected to significantly expand and accelerate Meta's design to production roadmap and to extend its leadership position in commercialization metamaterials and nanotech, bringing state-of-the-art electron beam lithography (EBL), high volume roll-to-roll nano imprint lithography (NIL), and nano coating production equipment, with current capacity exceeding 7 million square meters per year at significantly lower production costs compared to semiconductor process. In-house EBL capabilities are expected to significantly increase Meta's capacity for new customer engagement and shorten material selection programs. Meta's proprietary roll-to-roll volume holographic technology, as well as the rolling mask lithography (RML) and related design how-to or know-hows and intellectual properties, offer additional proprietary security applications to help expand nanotech leadership position in high-volume, high-customizable security films. Meta's M&A strategy is focused on building scale and reducing production costs, enhancing our materials or metamaterials manufacturing capabilities, and extending our markets, reaching new capabilities and applications for the industry, said the chairman of Meta. We believe that in the additions of Nanotech's ultra-precision, high-volume production capabilities should place Meta in a strong leadership position in commercializing metamaterials at scale. Nanotech is a strategic acquisition of Meta, and it will add to test and cost competitive production technology. So in this one here, they basically go ahead, approximately it's going to be doubling production capacity to 15 million square meter for nano tech based on Meta's expansion plan over the 1 to 2 years coming up. While Meta's new 68,000 square foot facility in Nova Scotia will support OEM licensing opportunities, manufacturing, training, and product application development at a pilot scale. Combined with our planned, the Nanotech acquisition is expected to position Meta as a leader in high-volume, low-cost production of optical metamaterials in the world. So that is again very massive there. Nanotech also in 2017 won a $30 million development contract with a confidential top 10 central bank to design a unique nano-optic security feature for a future banknote, and it's in the process of seeking to secure the next phase of the contract later this year. And Nanotech has supplied security feature used in more than 30 plus banknote denominations. And let's dive a little bit into who they are, but before doing so, if you would like to see more contents like this, make sure to click the subscribe button and leave notification buttons down below in the right corner. Also, don't forget to drop a like to this video as it helps my channel significantly. And if you would like to join our Discord and chat a little bit more, it's in the description below, totally free. It's just basically a chat room with a bunch of people there. And in terms of going towards nanotech and who they are, now there's a lot of information, but I found some really good information here in their presentation. Now, a lot of this we already talked about, so full customization, multicolor palette, always on, movement, 3D depth, talking about banknotes and the banknotes market and some of their brand protections, and also going on for growth and management team and some of their 2021 priorities. You know what, let's go on with the 2021 priorities before going on towards production numbers. So in terms of 2021 priorities, it's divided into 5. Advancing the development contract, which is delivering on 2021 purchase orders and continuing to advance contracts. Focus on product development, strategic approach to manufacturing, expanded channels to market, and revenue diversification. And they do have some of these strong customers, including Canadian banknotes, and other ones as well, Confidential Bank Centra, Canadian Vita, and others. And if we were to take a look into nanotechnology, they invested around $19 million in research and development and around $22 million in production facility equipment, 47 issued patents and 25 patents pending, and significant investments in Joel EBL system, and major granted patent countries includes United States, Canada, Europe, Australia, China, and Indonesia. And Nanotech's competencies goes off with design, origination, recombination, and production. So that gives you a bit of an idea. The revenue growth year per year is around 15 to 25%, and the current cash level is around $8.1 million. They give themselves an enterprise value of $31.5 million, although Metamaterials paid around, I'd say, $90.8 million Canadian, so it comes in probably around 80 US, so it's definitely at a premium. Now, in terms of institutional buyers, there's not a lot to talk about. There's additions, there's subtractions, but in general, they're almost on the same level. Some institutions are buying, some are selling. Now, a quick note before moving on towards technical analysis. The current MMAT market cap is around 890 million. Meanwhile, the market cap for NTSFF is around 65 million, and those will be added most likely towards metamaterials, but it's a very small portion of it, so keep in mind that production and production capabilities of nanotech and the business itself is what's more important, and getting in results and pushing the fundamentals of metamaterials is more important than increasing the market cap. At the end of the day, if they add more shares to the company, that might actually be considered as dilution. So let's move on towards technical analysis. And on the technical analysis, I do want to look into the 1 month, 1 day perspective. First off, you're starting to see that the MACD is going green towards the positive side. Given that momentum is not very strong, but it's still attempting this bullish reversal. Currently, it's more into an accumulation zone where the current volume percent R, which is very similar to the relative strength index, is showcasing that it's highly oversold at this level. Meaning that in terms of getting an equilibrium, you would probably have more buyers coming in, raising the stock price back up. In terms of the different volumes a little bit quieter, but not as quiet as it was back in, let's say, April 2021. There are some key supports and resistance values. First off, I do want to take a look into the Fibonacci retracements because high frequency traders use it. So on the high frequency trading using Fibonacci retracements, you're able to see that the current levels of resistance is 548, 861, 1113, 1365, and 1725, followed by 2182. The only support on the Fibonacci retracements is around the 43 cents. In terms of price line action for supports and resistances, you're able to see that there is a current support level sitting closer to the 327. Below there, we're looking down to around the 289, and then down to around the 257, going to the 206, to the 162, to the 127, to the 92 cents, going down to the 64 cents. Resistances, there's a very strong resistance around the 362 level. Above there, the 409. Above there, the 441. Going upwards to closer to 488, and that's a very strong one you need to break. Then 520, and then jumps up to 672, and then we start jumping up to 795. Going upwards to around 973, and then up to 1071, going to 1185, and upwards to around 1299, and from there on, it should be a bit of a breeze up to the 20s. So it comes to the question to Ed, what do you think is happening here? Now, in relations towards this market cap, I think that's a cloud of basically buzz and noise that you need to not really look at, because think about it. What is market cap? It's price of the stock multiplied by the total shares. And if you were to take a look into an increasing of market cap, that is actually a little bit more off, I would say. You would want that price cap or market cap to increase based on a price action and not shares. Otherwise, it would be considered dilution. So if they come tomorrow and say, okay, we bought this company and we're going to be raising around $90 million worth of shares to be sold to the public or to be given to insiders, because they're not going to give it to you and me. They're going to give it to insiders or sell it out to the public. And so you don't want that market cap increase not organically. So how do you get a market cap increase organically? Me and you take a look at the stock. Say, okay, this stock is undervalued because they spent some of their cash, around $90.8 million, into a company worth X amount of money. Now, this company worth about X amount of money will increase the production value of this company. And in that sense, the company now, MetaMaterials as a whole, is worth more. The stock price jumps up, and that's how you have an increased market cap. Not with the company intervening, but through basically the investors and people more interested in it. So that is usually what happens currently. The company or MetaMaterials isn't seeing much of action, specifically retail investor action. It seems to be like a dead buzz. And you would expect that a company which is being bought in order to increase production value, it should be increasing to at least 50 to 20% up for a company with MetaMaterials. But in terms of what's happening here, from my anticipation and my speculation, is a big chunk of retail investors took a look into this saying, hey, hold on. The company MetaMaterials is buying this company for around 80 million US dollars, around 90.8 million Canadian, or a company that they advertised their enterprise value for around 30 million. What's going on here? So that might be raising some questions, but I do think the main focus off is what MetaMaterials is going to do with nanotech security, and I hope this video gave you a good overview on what that's going to happen on. So I do anticipate some increased volatility, but I think that it's going to accumulate here for a while, and then with another news is going to probably jump up. It is very disappointing that today wasn't it, but I think it just needs time to cool down. What do you think about this ticker? Make sure to mention down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like, and have a wonderful day. Now, if you're still here on this video, make sure to drop down below and join our Discord. We have a lot of different things going on, including, for instance, members that gives picks for free. It's not pump and dumps, we just things we think about, swings, etc. We also have really exciting bots. You can actually use those ones. For instance, we're just testing out this bot, for instance, that gives you Fibonacci resistance points, activities, etc. And we have a bunch of free things, totally free. We run on tips here, and you can ask me questions, suggest stocks, etc. It's a really nice community that has been growing up very fast at a very good rate, and it's totally free. If you would like to join that one, feel free to do so in the description below, and have a wonderful day.